Minecraft. Scientific. I do try to take a scientific approach to Minecraft, doing various experiments with new blocks and new biomes, and we'll do more of that today. Last time we'd found an exciting new biome, I had some science experiments to do, and today we will continue to explore, and even when we're not in new biomes, we still manage to find unexpected things. But there's new biomes as well. Let's go ahead and get started. It's another exciting episode. Welcome back to more Exploration and Tactics with Brian, and we are right where we left off last time, here in the Ice Plain Spikes biome, which a number of people actually talked about some real-world phenomena that look a little bit like the ice spikes, and so that was interesting for me to learn about. But in any case, people also had some comments about experiments and different things from the last couple of episodes. One thing I noticed was how long it takes to break these packed ice blocks with a pick. And someone suggested it was the wrong tool, and so I guess I should try a shovel. Yeah, that seems like that takes a bit of work as well. I wonder if I had a silk touch shovel, if it would go faster. I could try a sword. I doubt that that's the right tool, but might as well try it out. Yeah, a sword seems to break it just as fast as the shovel or the efficiency silk touch pick. And so I'm not sure what the story is there. I don't have a hoe, and I'm not going to craft one just to try breaking it with that, because somehow I doubt that that's the right tool either. Shears! Oh, shears are something I didn't think about. Maybe that's the hint that people were trying to suggest for me. Let's try shears, actually. I don't have a pair of silk touch shears yet, but I can at least see if shears would break the ice blocks quicker. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I'm glad I just thought of it now on camera rather than looking like a fool and forgetting that there was another tool in Minecraft. It seems about the same speed as well. Yeah, so I'm going to have to probably look up online like what the quote-unquote proper tool is. In general with Minecraft, there's always one tool that's kind of like the correct or proper tool. And if you break things with that, it breaks faster than breaking things with other things. That sounded kind of weird, the verbiage I just used there. So in any case, we've done a few experiments already with the packed ice. I packed a bunch of it away in the ender chest to take home with me. And right, there was another so over here. All right, a few things. Let me get my thoughts straight. So we're in Ice Plain Spikes. Another thing that people pointed out was I failed to look at the ground, the grass over here. I was so busy looking at these things that I didn't notice that apparently this area is made of snow. And I don't know that snow naturally generates... Oh my gosh, my inventory is so filled. I don't know that snow naturally generates anywhere in the world as just, snow blocks like we have right here. Other than this biome, and so that could be something that's new that I hadn't really noticed or thought about before, and I was trying to get snow blocks together. My inventory is just too packed. Who cares? Snow is easy to come by. So, thanks for pointing that out, because I would have felt foolish if I guess I do feel foolish, because I failed to notice that, but I'm glad somebody pointed it out so I could point it out on camera as well. And it does seem like there's little kind of underground lake depressions in this biome, which is something else that I hadn't noticed before. But it does seem like there's also some mountains over here, and so this was called, all right, that's Cold Beach. This was Ice Plain Spikes, and so I want to see if I go over to that biome over there, if it will be like Ice Plains or Ice Mountains Spikes, or I'm not sure what it'll be. And I guess I've been playing a bit of Terraria lately, because when I jumped on the ice, all of a sudden I was worried that I was going to crack it and fall through. That's not what happens in Minecraft, that's a Terraria thing. Oh! The biome just changed for just a moment here. What was it? Cold Beach. Ice Plain Spikes. Okay, I guess I just saw the Cold Beach. I saw the biomes flashing in the upper left-hand corner. All right, we've got some ice plains over here. And then let's see what we've got over here. Another frozen river. Ice Plain Spikes. Yes, yes, yes. But what if I get higher? Are these still plains? Or are these mountains? Or Ice Plains M or F or some other crazy modifier? So I think I read somewhere or heard somewhere that there's actually an achievement for visiting all the biomes, which would be great, because I still haven't figured out a good way to do biomes on the scoreboard, because it turns out that there's way more biomes and biome variations. That was weird. Than I was expecting in the updated version of Minecraft. Alright, it seems like this is still just all ice plain spikes, even as we get higher up. So I'm not sure exactly what the story is there with those biomes. I guess plains can go very tall and high. And once again, we get some things that aren't rendering. Let me go ahead and get stuff to re-render over here. There we go. Very beautiful biome. Let's take off the F3 screen so we can actually see it. Yeah, wow, this really looks amazing when you're up in the hills out here. This would be a picturesque spot to have kind of a mountain base or something like that. And it looks like we've got some more taiga over there. And just ice plains over there. The sun's about to go down. I'm going to go back to my bed. I'm going to sleep away another night. And I'm going to look through some of the other comments and talk about a few other experiments that we probably want to run at some point. It occurs to me as the sun goes down, there are two things that I'm curious about. One is, I presume, since we just have snow and snow blocks, that hostile mobs will spawn just fine in this biome. But I'll stay around at night. I didn't notice any friendly mobs in this biome, and so perhaps this is another biome that is too cold for any cows or anything to spawn. Not certain about that, but definitely haven't seen any. But I want to see if hostile mobs spawn here, although snow blocks, I'm not sure if hostile mobs, I think they can spawn on the snow, but the problem is, since this is snow here, there isn't an air block here, and you need an air block to start the mob spawning algorithm, and so it's always been the case that in snowy biomes, especially ice plains, that you see far fewer hostile mobs, simply because they need something like an air block that's above this ice block in order to then look horizontally to try to find spaces to spawn hostile mobs on. And I don't know if hostile mobs can spawn on top of the packed ice. They couldn't spawn on top of normal ice, but normal ice is transparent, and in general, hostile mobs don't spawn on transparent blocks. Alright, there's a spider over there, so we know we're not unpeaceful. But it might be a relatively peaceful biome just based on spawning conditions. Let's actually hang around here at night, because then the other thing I would like to do is to get a creeper to explode, hello skeleton, near one of the packed ice pillar kind of things to get a sense of how much blast resistance these particular blocks have. Alright, I'll make a cut here until I find some hostile mobs or find a creeper or something. Okay, there's a zombie who is up here on the packed ice, and so it seems like hostile mobs can spawn on top of packed ice. It also seems like somehow this may interact... Oh, now he found me. I was going to say with their pathfinding algorithm, it seemed like he wanted to jump back up there. It might have just been that he was sliding around, and the sliding around was causing him some problems. If I hit you, do you like slide as you go backwards? You do a tiny bit. I don't know that I've watched the hostile mobs kind of pathfind on lots of smooth ice where they could slide around, so that's a little bit interesting. But let's find a creeper and see if we can get a good explosion. Oh my gosh, there's a witch over there. So witches can spawn in the ice spikes as well, which I guess all the hostiles just have the same spawning algorithms. That's not all that interesting, just a rare spawn. It occurs to me that a few well-placed water buckets actually should make this area a whole lot more spawnable, because they'll wash away the top layer of snow, which is one of the things that is probably preventing a lot of the mobs from spawning. So I'm going to drop off some water buckets and see if we get some more spawns, because I still haven't found a creeper. Did you see that? My water just froze in midair. Oh, there's a creeper. Oh, there's a couple creepers. I don't have a water bucket anymore. All right, that's fine. Hey, explode for me. Whoa! Okay. I don't think those blocks are very blast resistant. That's kind of not what I expected after they had so much trouble. Yeah, creeper took out a whole lot of those blocks. All right. Fascinating. I'm going to have to go and check the wiki and see what their blast resistance numbers are and how they compare to normal ice and then to other things like cobblestone. That was kind of unexpected. But even more unexpected was when I set down my water on top of the snow, and so it ended up floating, and before it even had a chance to flow, it immediately froze. Although I suppose if I expect that to happen in any biome at all, this would be the one, because this seems like the coldest biome ever. But let me go pick up another water bucket, and then I think I've done all of the hostile mob experiments I want to do, so I think I'll go sleep away the night, and we will continue on our journey. So I will see you guys in the morning. Oops, cheaty snow, cheaty snow. Go away, cheaty snow. There's a skeleton burning up over here, and I want his arrow. Aha! Oh, you didn't even drop one. You just dropped some stupid bones. So, I looked on the wiki, and I was surprised to discover that the blast resistance value for packed ice was not filled in. It was just a question mark. It is unknown, according to the wiki. And so if someone's taken a look at the game code and knows the value, I'd be curious to know. My guess is that it is similar to normal ice, because it did seem like the creeper managed to explode a whole lot of blocks there. But I would be curious to know that. I also, when I was on the wiki, did take a quick look at achievements, and indeed, apparently there is an achievement for visiting all the biomes. And I imagine we still haven't gone to the end. I think possibly with the ice spikes, that's the last major biome that I haven't found yet. And so I could easily imagine that there's, like ice plains, spikes, Tuesday on a mountain. Like there's all these little tiny variations, some of which people have pointed out, I guess, have been on the screen, but I failed to call out and failed to notice. And so it's possible that I've actually visited more variations of biomes than I've realized. But I think it's at least plausible that I might have actually stepped through all of them, either on or off camera at this point, other than the end. And so when we get back home, I'm going to try to finish out our end portal so that we can go visit the end and fight the Ender Dragon, which will be fun anyway, and then see if we could possibly unlock that achievement. And that might be a way to know that we've discovered all the biomes, and then I might not need to keep score with them on the scoreboard or try to make maps of all of them or draw little mini biomes is another thing that I was thinking about doing, like for the ice spikes. I could make like a little 3x area that has like an ice spike. But there's so many different biomes, I couldn't come up with any good way to keep a visual kind of track or display of all the biomes that I've found. But yeah, in any case, cold areas are one of the few places that we haven't discovered to explore all of that thoroughly yet, and so I'm going to do a little bit of more exploring off camera, and if I see anything else interesting, I'll bring you guys back in. But if not, I'll probably head home, and yeah, we'll try to go to the end. Okay, now this is interesting. I was sailing around just kind of the outside of the cold continent that I found, and there is a skeleton here in the water in the middle of the ocean. And I don't know that I've ever encountered that before, like ever in Minecraft. And I'm just trying to figure out how we got out here. All I can think of, I see a tiny little light source down there, I think. Or is that just a water particle? I'm really kind of curious about this now. And so, do I see some lava down there? I'm afraid of drowning, but I'm going to try to go down to the bottom. Oh yeah, I can see the experience orb on the bottom. It's getting dark out too. Let's do this. Oh, there's an airspace right there. Oh, it's probably one of those air glitches and he spawned on the bottom of the ocean. I'm going to make a little place where I can change night into day by putting a bed down here. And then we'll go see if we can see underwater. Man, I wish I had like a respiration helmet or something else that would help me see underwater. Oh no, I left my bed behind. Oh dear. I will wait out the night because I'm really curious about that. And so I will see you guys in a bit. Alright, we're back to a little after sunrise again. There's the cold continent that I came from. My boat, wasn't it just right there? Did it just teleport? Did I make that up? Did I just move my mouse really quick? I'm not sure what happened there. Boat, I got my eye on you. In any case, down here, somewhere near here. Yes, I can just barely see it on the screen. Yes, look at this. We're standing inside an airspace. So I think this is supposed to be Minecraft tried to spawn a dungeon here. And I think yeah, like look right here. There's one square right here where the skeleton must have spawned. That's actually dry land. That is amazing. And unfortunately, yeah, if I put a torch here, it will update this block and cause this whole air pocket to collapse, I think. Well, we're going to do it anyway for science. Alright, it didn't cause the whole air pocket to collapse, but it did cause water to flow in on that side. But yeah, we were in this little underground air box, and that's where the skeleton spawned. And then he must have wandered to the side. Oh, and there's another air pocket right here. Hold on. Oh, here's a bigger one. Look at this. Look at this. Is it a... This isn't big enough to be a dungeon. I'm really curious if people know the answer to, like, have actually looked at the source code and know what Minecraft is doing here that caused an air block to form underneath the ocean. This is amazing. I want to live here. This could be like my new home. Oh, man. And so monsters could just spawn in this space and then wander around, and then once they get into the water, they automatically swim upwards. And that is how you find monsters out in the deep ocean. So I was just sailing around this continent, and I saw this crazy skeleton and had to go and investigate, and I'm glad that I did. And so before we head home, all right, my X is getting smaller. I have a horse. I actually own a horse somewhere in the world, and he is to the... What's his coordinates? 2300, 2100, so like around 2000, 2000. And so my X needs to go away this way, and my Z... Yeah, Z is getting smaller this way. So I need to head to the northeast in order to find him. And yeah, so I'm going to go try to find my horse. We're going to head home, and that's a really tall tree over there. And yeah, then try to go visit the end. Blah, 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 blah. That's a really weird-looking tree. Like, it looks almost like a jungle tree because it's too tall and doesn't have any leaves on the side. Have we found something else new? Thank goodness that skeleton was randomly appearing on the ocean. I think this is something new. Alright, let the world render. Alright, hop out of the boat. The boat explodes because that's what boats do. It's Minecraft. Taiga. Alright. This is a taiga, but that is not a taiga. Unless they have changed the way that trees form in the taiga. I've been in a few taigas already, and I have not seen trees like these. Oh! Holy crap! What is this? Mega taiga? Oh my gosh. That looks like it's just dirt, but it's not dirt. No, it is dirt, and I just didn't have room in my inventory to pick it up. Let me get rid of some crap in my inventory. Is there a dungeon down here? What's going on down here? Yeah, it's just a little depression. Let's get rid of little bits of crap that I really don't need to be holding on to right at this moment. The feathers are actually valuable to me. I don't need one piece of packed ice. I've got a stack of it. All right, good enough. So this is some new block. All right, we're in a mega taiga. This is some new block that is not dirt. It has reeds growing on it. Does it... All right, taiga, mega taiga. Is this what like dirt looks like inside the mega taiga? If I replace the dirt, will it look like this? Probably not. Will whatever this thing is grow onto that? All right, so we've got our first... I can't place dirt on top of this. That's weird. Place dirt on top of dirt. No, I can place dirt there. Why can't I place dirt here? Oh, I can. I was just getting lag. Because, you know, in a single-player world, lag. Alright, we're going to see if whatever this covering is grows onto these dirt squares. I'm going to put a torch on the beach right here just so I can find the spot again in case I wander around and get lost. Alright, you know what I was saying about having found all the biomes? Apparently I haven't found all the biomes yet. Mega taiga. Alright, and so... These look like super tall spruce trees here. Do I have an axe? I do have an axe. Let's chop down some of this wood to determine... Spruce wood, it is spruce. I just broke 2 pieces of wood here, right? Why am I getting lag in my own single-player world? This is not fair, Minecraft. I'm going to have to downgrade to 1.7.2. Because 1.7.4 is just not cutting it. I am going to go up to the top of this tree just so we can get a bird's eye view, so I'll meet you guys at the top. I have reached the top of this tree, I presume that's just a lighting glitch is the reason that the tree is two different colors there. And wow! Okay, so some of them don't have leaves except at the top, but some of them look like giant Christmas trees, actually. And there's some sheep down there. I might want to kill some of them so that I can make a bed if the sun's going to go down again, so I can continue to explore in the daytime. Oh! Do you see that? Is that a surface spawner? No. There is moss stone that is in, like, some heap. Oh, we gotta check that out. I'm glad I came up here to look. Looks like there might be some there. Does moss stone grow here? And then there's some dirt infringing on... Oh, it looks like it's maybe another biome. No, there's still tall trees over there. But then there's not this new dirt. There's like some of the normal grass over there. Oh my gosh. I am... So, obviously I've been frustrated by the performance of this update, or at least this little kind of like sub-update with 1.7.4. Yeah, I walked right past, apparently, a lot of this moss stone and didn't notice it because there's too many things to notice. I really was not expecting as many things as there are. And so that has been really fun and exciting for me. Let's pick up some of the spruce wood that I'm dumping all over the place everywhere. Yeah, moss stone. Neat. I still have my silk touch pick out, don't I? I don't need my silk touch pick. And I hear some lava, so let's be careful. Is there anything underneath this? Nope, looks like it's just some moss stone. And speaking of, if I do this and then this... Alright, it seems like it kept whatever surface kind of crazy grass this was. I'm going to see normal grass, like if you leave it outside of the sunlight for a while, like it goes away and it turns into dirt. And so I'm going to leave a block on top of this for a little while and see if it turns into dirt as well. And in the meantime, I'm going to go kill a couple of sheep that I saw over here. Oh, I don't need to kill them. I've got shears on my person already. I'm going to shear some sheep. Shear some sheep. And eventually even pick up the wool. And yeah, actually, you know what? I don't need... shears. What I really need is wool so that I can make a bed. We will turn night into day, and then we'll go check on to see if the if the grass, that new type of grass that I can't seem to... Oh, I didn't try to silk touch it, did I? All right, I need to try to silk touch this block. Too many things going on. Let's sleep away the night. Okay, so it doesn't seem like the grass has disappeared off of that block. I've got my silk touch pick now, so let's see. Oh, I think I did get it. I did. Podzol. Podzol. Is that like a word? All right, now I have to go look this up. I don't know if that's a real word. Well, wouldn't you know it? Podzol is a type of forest soil. It just talks about the type of dirt you find at the bottom of certain forests. And yeah, all kinds of stuff in Wikipedia about soil composition and whatnot. That's outside of my field of expertise, so I didn't understand it all. It doesn't appear that Podzol gets, you know, the top surface of it doesn't appear to change when it doesn't have sunlight growing on it. So that's one little experiment that we have done. I do want to continue to carry around a bed. And there were still a whole bunch of things that we need to explore, I think. And so... let me just walk through this forest and be a little bit more careful that we don't fall in any lava pools, but also more observant of all of the surroundings. So it seems like this is a nice place that you could get a bunch of moss stone if you weren't a crazy cave or dungeoneer like I am. And lots of tall ferns. And so, all right, Mega Taiga, Mega Taiga. So some Mega Taiga has, and is this still... This is just taiga. So some Mega Taiga has dirt, other Mega Taiga has podzol. I should really collect a whole stack of this so that I have it in case there's other experiments to do with it. All right, let's go ahead and do this right now. I am curious to see if I put some podzol in a non-taiga biome, and then I leave some dirt next to it. If the dirt will spread... too many blocks. If the dirt will spread... Or sorry, if the podzol will spread onto the dirt. Oh wow, the grass just grew there super quick. And then similarly, if I'm in the Mega Taiga, I guess I already have that experiment going, right? To see if the grass or the podzol is going to spread onto that. All right, so we'll go back around to that area in a moment. I think I see, is there just like a beach over here? So we're in Mega Taiga. Once again, the little LC changes to a couple of different numbers, so I don't know what that's about. We have these variations of the tall trees. So if this is just spruce wood, are these just going to be spruce saplings then as well? I'm going to need to try to collect some of the saplings from this. Did one just drop? And see, because if saplings, if they're just spruce saplings, can they grow into these big trees in any biome? Or how do you end up growing, or do you have to grow them on the podzol maybe to get the super big trees? Lots of thoughts to think about. I think, yes, there is a spruce sapling here, or there is a sapling here. Let's find out if it's spruce. It is a spruce sapling. Let's go ahead and do some item repair on swords in order to free up an inventory slot. And you know what? I'm never going to use these snowballs, so let's go ahead and whee! Get the snowballs out of my inventory as well. Alright, so it is just a spruce sapling. So I wonder, since they've got a 2x2 base, I wonder if they're like the jungle trees, and you can grow them the same way as the jungle trees and grow them in like a 2x2 formation. And then if you do that, I feel like still I've seen some kind of, there was like the giant Christmas tree. Let me find another one of the, what did I describe? This guy, yeah. Is he a 2x2 base? He is a 2x2 base. Okay, so you can have 2x2s that either go straight up and just have leaves at the top, or you can have 2x2s that have leaves all around and they look like awesome Christmas trees, which we might have to do for Christmas. And so that is cool, and I'm going to continue to wander around here and see if there's going to be like a Mega Taiga Hills FM Tuesday Republicans Podzol variant biome. All right, we're in a river now. Apparently a river cuts through the Mega Taiga. Mega Spruce Taiga. Wait a minute. Mega Spruce Taiga. But isn't this already spruce? So what makes this different? This tree is kind of like the Christmas tree on top, but a tall tree on the bottom. How many biomes are there going to be in this update? Oh my gosh, and there's pigs here. And I already saw sheep in the other one. So Mega Taiga apparently does have friendly mobs. And I wonder, do I have bones? I wonder if I bone meal. If I bone meal, let's knock down some of the ground clutter. So there's brown mushrooms here. There's ferns. There's grass. If I bone meal the podzol, what happens? Nothing. I can't even right-click on it to bone meal it. If I bone meal dirt next to it, probably nothing happens. Oh, wow! Did I bone meal a fern, or did I bone meal the dirt? Hold on. Alright, I didn't bone meal the dirt. But if I bone meal a fern, it grows into a taller fern. I had no idea. I think that is something that I neglected to ever try. That is fascinating. Man, so much stuff to discover in Minecraft. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm going to continue walking around and with F3 open to see if there's any other crazy variants. Mega Spruce Taiga. Man. I've seen a number of brown mushrooms on the ground. I haven't seen any red mushrooms as of yet, but I'll keep my eyes out. Look at this. There's flowers and even a shrub, but we're back in just Mega Taiga. But there's one of these dead shrub things that you usually only find in the deserts. And I think they were also in the savanna and the mesa, perhaps. They were definitely in the mesa. I can't remember if those little dead shrubs were in the savanna or not. Ooh, now I'm in Mega Taiga Hills. Let me let things render. Oh, hills, no kidding. There's a hill right here that I think hadn't rendered in yet. So let's go ahead and climb it to get a sense of Mega Taiga Hills, Mega Taiga, Mega Taiga Hills. Alright, I must have just been right on the biome boundary there. More brown mushrooms, still haven't seen any red ones. Interesting. Alright, here's a place. Oh, I can see some moss stone that's actually... Is that generated up in the air? I wonder, yeah, it's like on the side of the... Weird. If my voice just changed there, it's because I'm actually leaning in to look more closely at the computer monitor. Yeah, wow, it's like almost forming in the air. That is weird. It's going to make it harder to find surface dungeons in this place, probably. Well, maybe not. I guess the moss stone only appears on the floor of the dungeon, so you'd really be looking for cobblestone if you're trying to find a dungeon. And I presume there's nothing inside of any of that structure, so that's almost like a perfect sphere of moss stone. I want to go check it out. So look at this crazy moss stone formation that's just kind of floating here. I guess the idea is the mega taiga, like moss stone could be like vines or green leafy stuff that's like growing into the cobblestone, and so there was like a piece of the mountain here, and then it got mossified by all of the crazy cold wet forest biome that was going on here. It's kind of like the idea of why this is in this biome, I suppose. And also because the Minecraft creators wanted to give a slightly less non-renewable form of moss stone that people could use to build with in survival worlds. And the sun's going to be going down again, and I did take my bed with me. Hooray! It does seem, nevertheless, that the moss stone seems to appear and kind of jut out from the surface in kind of weird ways. Like, there's nothing inside here, right? I don't think so. Alright, I do need to sleep away the night because I do want to explore more in the daytime so we can see what's going on, but at the same time I also need to perform an experiment, which is to find out whether mobs can spawn on Podzol. My guess is that they can, because in general mobs spawn on nearly every solid non-transparent block, but I'm just going to try to get somewhere up a little high so I can actually see mobs spawning, and so I will see if I can capture that on camera. Yes, I just saw a skeleton spawn right there next to the spruce tree, one of these tall spruce trees. Okay, there's another skeleton who also spawned over on the Podzol over there. Alright, so I feel good about that. Mobs can spawn on Podzol. And so that is another experiment performed. Let's sleep away the night, and I will see you guys in the morning. I sailed back around to where I'd left my torch on the shoreline. And so somewhere over here, I see we have our experiment. And the Podzol has not spread, but some nearby grass has spread. And so it seems like the Podzol doesn't spread even inside the Mega Taiga biome. So I guess the only way you can obtain these blocks is via Silk Touch, it would seem. I'm going to try to sail around more of this continent and see if I see anything from the outside. Alright, we've exited the Mega Taiga back into a taiga, and it seems like possibly we're exiting the cold biomes over here. Yeah, because that wasn't even cold taiga, this isn't even the snowy taiga. And then over here, is this just Extreme Hills? Yes, Extreme Hills. Alright. Well, that was an unexpected but very exciting diversion. I was starting to say that I have a horse that I wanted to go find, and so I think let's go find our horse, who is somewhere in this vicinity. Well, this vicinity. A couple miles away over in this vicinity, and so let's go on an adventure to see if we can find him once again.